My name is Julie Hamilton. For those of you that don't know, which I'm sure there's very few, but today is July the 9th, 2016. Consider this my public amends. For those of you that I have ever wronged, for the neighbor that I didn't get along with, for the person next to me that I cut in front of in line, for the car that I cut off and didn't even realize, for my children when I ever let you down, for my boss when I didn't meet your expectations, for my friends when I wanted to be there, I couldn't, for the times that I ever put myself first, for the ones that ever felt intimidated or offended because of my boldness. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize. For anyone who ever felt in conversation with me that I felt like I was better than, I apologize. Those are never my intentions. For anyone who I ever fell short with in temper, I apologize. For anyone that I ever made a plan with and I broke, a promise that I didn't hold up to, I apologize. For every relationship that I ever had, it didn't turn out the way intended ever, because apparently, for whatever reason, it wasn't meant to be. But everything that I encountered in that relationship, whoever you were, it is what made me me and you you. And I apologize for all of the things that I did on my behalf. For anything that ever came out as belligerent or foul, I apologize. And my biggest thing is, for God, forgive me for those moments that I fell short. I apologize. For all of the times that you called upon me and I felt like it just wasn't the time or the place. But it was exactly the time and the place, because that's why you chose me and you called upon me. But I fell short. See, I am that girl. I am the girl that also falls short. I am the one that has a fear. So if you ever felt like, oh, she's so perfect, she's always has something to say, or she's always stepping out, or she thinks that she's better than, because that is not me, and that will never be me, ever, ever. And if you could go inside of me right now and truly feel what it feels like to be me, then you would understand where I'm coming from. And the reason I'm doing this today is because I get up here and I tell you the importance of forgiveness. And I tell you the importance of stopping and smelling the roses, so to speak, and paying attention to what's in front of you. And not always trying to stay up with the Joneses, not trying to be that perfect person. Those things don't matter. They don't matter at all. I want to share something really super personal. And this is what I'm talking about as far as forgiveness. And it doesn't have anything to do with race. It doesn't have anything to do with money or nothing like that at all. And please forgive me, my ex-husband, who happens to be a very good friend of mine now. But what I'm getting at is, I want to show you what forgiveness does. I was married to my high school sweetheart. We were 12 years old, and he was my best friend. And we were a little wild and crazy back then. I think he was a little more than me, but it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. But we, through the years, lost contact for a period of time, and then we got together, and some of those circumstances were really, really bad, and it tore my family apart. But still, through that, we got married and we had children. And they are the most important things to me. And it really bothers me where all the focus is, because the children are our future. But going past that, what I'm trying to hit on is, in that relationship, don't get me wrong, we had good times, but there were some super bad. And then I was diagnosed with cancer. And not to throw him under the bus, but he wasn't there for me. And I needed him to be. And we went through a divorce. And I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. Like there was just nothing left. And 3 days after being diagnosed, God said to me, I'm taking this and I'm using this. And it's going to make you stronger. And you're going to be a vessel for me. Don't fear the weapon that the devil has brought against you, because it has no power and it cannot prosper. I was a stage 4 when I was diagnosed. It was the silent killer. I had no signs, no symptoms. I was actually in a car wreck on my birthday, and that's how they discovered I had cancer. So God uses bad things for the good. But where I'm going with this is, so I went through a divorce, and my family was there for me. My kids, I looked at my kids, and I told the devil, you are not going to take me from my children. You can take everything that I have, but you are not going to take me from my children. You are not going to win this battle. And I fought like nobody's business. Nobody even knew I was sick. I had a catheter bag strapped to my legs, and I wore dresses, and I worked harder and longer than I ever worked in my entire life. And there was a woman that I met, her name was Nancy Harvey, and she is still a very good friend of mine today, although I don't speak to her as much as I would like to. But God used her, and she opened a door, and she allowed me a place to live across from my job so that I can continue to work. And I worked super hard, and I worked 7 days a week, because I was going to prove to the devil that he was not going to take me. And I didn't want sympathy. I didn't want anything. And she knew that if she gave that space to me and provided me with that ability to still function across the street from where I worked, that it was going to keep me going. It was going to help keep me alive. And it did. It gave me everything I needed to fight. I mean, you see, I didn't fight by myself. I put God first in everything that I did. He was the foundation that I stood on. For many years, I couldn't speak to my ex-husband. I had so much anger and animosity. And I could have cared less if I never saw his face again. And I'm being honest. I never wished bad upon him, and I never spoke bad of him to my children. But I can assure you that I never wished good for him either. But where I'm going with this is we have to forgive. No matter what the situation is. Because it kills us every day. And I don't mean someone coming up to you and taking your life. I mean, you destroy your own life. And in turn, you destroy the people's lives around you. But I want you to know that I forgave him, even if he didn't understand. I forgave him. And he is one of my best friends today. He's not the person that he used to be, and neither am I. You see, times change, and people change. But it is up to you how you choose to live. It's up to you how you treat people. I encourage you, whether it's the neighbor that you don't get along with, or the girl at work, or your boss, if it's your ex-husband's girlfriend or wife, or it doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. Those are just feelings that you're holding on to, because if you were to dig down deep, you probably can't even remember the whole story. It's just that you got caught up in your feelings, and that's what's important. Everybody's so worried about their feelings. These are my feelings, and I'm putting them on Facebook. This is as raw and as real as you are ever going to get. So take what you like and leave the rest. But do me a favor, even if you can't go public, even if you can't go face to face, privately, write a note, stick it in someone's mailbox. I'm sorry, dude. I apologize. It should never have come to this. I put a sticky note on someone's car. I apologize for being ugly. You might not even know who I am, but I apologize. Make amends in your heart. Even if you have no intentions on rehashing old relationships, you don't have to go to that person directly, but you can do something that will affect them directly to show them that you're sorry. You might not be sorry for what you did, but how you said it, how you handled the situation. There's two sides to a story, and everybody is accountable to some degree. Consider this my public amends. We need it. We so need it. Be blessed and bless someone. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.